everyone, welcome back. We are doing another journal with me with the inspired to create prompts. I am so excited. Today is Monday the 3rd of April when I'm filming this. This will be coming out a little bit later than that, but it's Monday 3rd while I'm filming. And on Saturday, so 2 days ago, I had my lovely friend Belinda, who is Visualized NZ here on YouTube and on Instagram and things like that. She got to come over with her husband and spend the day at my house. So that was just so nice. So we decided that we would swap. Alison and Melissa, who are running this challenge, they mail each other their prompts, like, you know, the items, but because we were seeing each other, we decided we'd just swap in person. So that was really fun, and I have seen what's in here, but this is my little envelope of the prompt. So the word for this week was clover. Let me just get a piece of paper and a pen, get myself remotely organized. And we will go through these together just to remind myself even what thing went with what prompt. So you'd think I'd have a million pieces of paper right next to me, but all of them are like scrapbooking papers currently, and I don't really want to use them, so I don't want to use that either. Let's just okay, here's a scrap. So our word was clover. Let's get out, oh my goodness, it's dusty everywhere. Clover. Let's go ahead and figure out what's what in here, because she gave me multiple options for them. So let's pull it all out and see what's in here. I'm so excited to do this. This is going to be so fun. That's right, I'm remembering now. So C was cluster, and she had made these cute clusters that I can use in my journal. So let's go clusters. I only need to use one, but cluster was one of the prompts. She gave me multiple. She's just so generous. L, I'm pretty sure, was label or laminated. I'm pretty sure. Laminated or label. She was very generous and gave me lots of options. So I've got those. O was orange, I think, and it was this orange flower or the orange crayon. So we'll write that down. I love that. I love that so much. Orange. V was the vellum. E was, it was clusters or charms. Orange was either the orange flower or the orange crayon, or both. E was eyelets. And then R was rick-rack, I believe. Okay, and then she painted me this beautiful picture. She's been practicing drawing these beautiful, painting and drawing, you know, these beautiful girls. And I'm in love with it. Belinda, you're so talented and it's so special. I just love this so much. So I need to actually go and photocopy it, like a small copy of it to pop in my journal too, because I'm not putting this big copy in. I'm going to put this somewhere on the wall or something, but I want to have a smaller copy to pop in my journal. So I'm going to pop you on pause and I'm going to go and get that copy made. Okay, I'm back, and I think that came out like a pretty good likeness of the original. So I'm really happy with that. I'll pop the original over to the side and I will be using that little image in my journaling spread because I just think it's so precious, and of course I want to include that in my journal. It's gorgeous. So sorry, just getting myself adjusted. Getting my blanket on. It is very cold and autumny here, so getting my cozy electric blanket on. I've got my long sleeves and my cardigan. I've got my nice hot coffee. So let's get going. Here's my scissors. Let's cut this out. I'm unsure. I might cut, like, kind of fussy cut it. I'll cut it out as a rectangle for now, and then when we're layering it up, I'll make the decision on if it's going to stay a little rectangle or if I'm going to kind of fussy cut around her, if that makes the spread, you know, look better. So we've got our things here, so I'm excited about that. I've also got my photos and other bits and pieces that I want to include. So we've got a lot to fit on this little page here, but we're going to make it work. We'll add in our tip-ins and etc., wherever we need it. To make sure that there's room. There's already this little beautiful piece bound in here, which potentially makes it a little bit harder to work with. I may end up putting some white paper on the back of it so that it retains this beautiful image because it's beautiful. It's like this piece of plastic that is like this stained glass window. So if I put a bit of white behind it, it will retain the beautiful image, but it would mean I could write on the back of it, or, you know, stick something on it without it kind of, you know, looking weird, having bits showing through. We have to decide which cluster I want to include on the page. Also, I've got this huge picture of my cat that I thought was so cute, and I'm thinking about maybe cutting around her. I don't know. It may just be an impractical thing. Maybe I'll just add her over onto the front on here. I think that's maybe what we're going to do, and that way it's going to save quite a lot of space on our page. Excuse me. I'm just going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to just trim around her. She was just so cute and snoozy on the bed, and I just had to get a photo of her that morning. So this was the first. Oh, she's too cute. She's too cute. So if I just maybe paste that up the front there, maybe that'll work. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. That's not part of our spread anymore. So we've still got a lot to put in here and a lot to decide on. So we want to make sure we have my main photos. Photo of Belinda and I love it. So I want those in there, and I want our Clover elements, of course. I also made these little washi samples for Belinda on these little cute cards, and I thought I could maybe include one of those on here too, because they're just so cute and I hardly ever use them. So I don't have to use all of these things that are here. I just have to choose one of each of the letters to make it, you know, to achieve the prompt. So I can choose a cluster or a charm, or I can do both, laminated or label, or both. One of the two orange options, the vellum, the eyelets, and the rickrack. So we've got some good options. Excuse me, I'm going to try and remember to drink my coffee, because I always start filming and then realise that I haven't had any of my coffee. I wonder if that would just fit on the back there like that, so that, I don't know, it's still got the white in behind that way. I don't know. I think this is get ready, guys, because I think this is going to be a pretty, oh, that actually fits really well on there. Maybe we could make this like a cute little tip-in sort of thing. That could work. I like that idea. We've got this. We could turn this into like a little pocket maybe, and then have it sort of tuck into the little pocket. That would be quite cute. Maybe as I could put a staple here as like a little tip. What is it called? It's called a tuck spot. There's the word I'm looking for. We've got this gorgeous orange flower, which I'm really liking. These scissors are enormous and not practical for this, but I'm going to cut kind of around it. This is not fussy cutting. I believe this is called kiss cutting, when you leave a bit of a white border like this around the edge. I don't know though. I could definitely be way off on that statement. I could be way off, but that's what I think it's called. I am no cutting queen. I enjoy cutting out images from books and magazines, but I do not enjoy the fussy cutting part, you know, actually carefully cutting around. I just like hacking them out. I find finding the images really fun, but actually getting the images cut out and maintaining the images once they're cut out, I find that quite a challenge, like how to store them and things like that. I do have a system for how I store them, and it does work, but not everything falls into one of the categories I've got. You know, it can be still a challenge in some ways, and I need to get some different bags. I think in the boxes I've got them in is not a good storage. I want them in like pouches, I think. This is so pretty. I'm kind of thinking about putting it up here and then cutting the excess off maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how I want it, or if I want to pop it like this. We did my little laminated, it's right here. Making the pocket over it and then having these kind of tuck in. That's quite cute. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I think that leads me then towards potentially using this cluster, because we've got the purple flowers and the purple in here. So that could potentially come up over here. This could honestly almost be a little tuck spot as well. Like it's quite a deep cluster that you could definitely fit something in there if you wanted to. But I'm liking this little, what's happening here at this point. And also having that pocket gives me space that I can tuck in a few things potentially if I'm really running out of space. So let's go ahead and stick the orange flower down and then our pocket down, because that's going to give me orange and laminated right off the bat, and I'm loving that we'll be getting something in, and I know I'm happy with this. So let's do that. I now need to remember where the Diggins, my book is that I use for gluing on, because okay, here's some of it. Here's a little bit left. Got a little bit on this one. Pull that off and fold in half. Okay, let's see if we can. No, that one won't work. Okay, now where's my glue stick? There's another question for us all. Here, just hiding behind the big glue. Okay, let's get our rose on. This is so pretty. I actually really need to get into my like botanical books and use more of the images from them, because I find them so beautiful when I actually use them. There's just so many things that, you know, you have and they're lovely and then you forget to use them. I don't know. What are the things in your stash that you love and you hardly ever remember to use them? I would love to hear what things you have in your collection of beautiful goodies that you forget about all the time. So we're just going to trim down that. That is so lovely on there. Okay, perfect. I'm going to add this on with staples. Which way? This way. I'm going to add this on with some staples because I know that it's going to be really obvious with glue or double-sided tape. So and I mean staples is too. Actually, what am I thinking? Do I want to add maybe a little bit of this rick-rack? I think I will. I think that's how I'm not going to use a lot of it here, but I think I'm going to just staple a wee touch of that rick-rack. I'm not sure that all of the colouring here is quite matching, but that's okay. And just the sense that I've got orange, purple and red all going on in this little corner. But it's fine. I still like it. There's just a lot of very bold colours, I guess, all in one little spot. But I like adding the textile element on here. Wow, this is hard to make sit nicely. Let's see what we can do here. So it just wants to fold into these little crinkly, like this. Have I got a straighter part that wants to sit nicer? No, that's fine. We're going to just go with this little bit. I'm going to fold them in half. We're going to tell them what to do. And then we're going to just give it a go. I actually want my bigger stapler, I think. Let's actually staple the bottom part first, because I think that then at least we've got it, if we can get it, you know, secured, then it's one less piece that I'm trying to hold into place when I'm getting that other staple in. There we go. One staple. Two staples. Right, now we'll turn it around this way and we've just got this last staple to do up here. And get this all lined up. Right, I hope that's held. Yeah, that looks really good. Perfect. Sometimes I find when I'm stapling through fabric and things, it won't go right through to the other side. It can be a bit tricky, but that's perfect. Now if we have our little girl popped on this card to give her a bit of strength, she can fit really nicely into that little pocket, just peeking through the flowers. I like that. That's really pretty. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue this onto the back of this card. I think that works really well. It means I can use the card. It helps stabilize this beautiful girl a bit. You know, she's just on copy paper, so it's very thin. It gives her a bit more strength, and it means that I've got my cute little card here as well that I can use to document the little washi samples I made for Belinda. So that's perfect. Perfect. So it can either go that way. I like her that way, but I also like looking at this beautiful girl. I think her colouring, her orange hair matches that flower really nicely. I made this courgette slice for lunch. I don't know if that needs its own spot because I'm trying to be conscious of where I'm going to have writing. We got these amazing yummy donuts from Belinda and her husband. And then this is a photo of Belinda and I together out on the lawn. I've just got to be conscious of making sure all of the things fit on here, and I have room for writing because that is important to me. Excuse me while I am drinking. Okay, so we've got laminated, and we've got orange, and we've got the Rick Rack. Perfect. So we've got some things happening here. We need to figure out eyelets. Eyelets are something that I really don't know how to use very well. As in, I have a crocodile. Don't know how to put them in. Not very good at it. Have done it, but not a talent of mine. So I think that we're going to need to make something. Oh, I forgot about vellum. How am I going to use the vellum? This is beautiful vellum. And beautiful, this gold colouring looks really nice with like the brownie kind of colour on here and the orange. I don't know. I think it's all very pretty. Do I want to add a bit of the vellum on and then a cluster like as a kind of a torn bit? Or I'm thinking as well of making a tag or a tip-in, maybe a tip-in that might use some of the vellum on it. And then we could have the eyelet somehow. So tricky. I also wanted to use this little matchbox because we were looking at all of my old matchboxes and I loved this little one that says, happy to serve you. Please call again. You're always welcome, because that's how I feel about having Belinda over. You are always welcome. So I thought that was a perfect one to add onto my page for today. This one actually looks like it could match really well on here now too, now that I'm looking at things. It's got these greens. It's got the browns. Oh, maybe I'm liking this one. I love the purple one as well, but I'm thinking this one actually might match as far as colouring goes a little better. Do I want to maybe tuck this photo of us in here, or how do I want to do it? So tricky. So tricky. These charms are so fun too. So fun. Just having a good look at them. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at this food recipe. This was the recipe of my mum. I asked mum for the recipe and she sent me a photo of it straight out of her recipe book. So I wanted to include that because that's, you know, my mum's handwriting and things like that. Oh, maybe I'll put the vellum in between these layers and then tear around the vellum so that it's kind of peeking out. But I like this idea. Okay. This is what we're doing, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and tear a little bit. I'm going to just do a little tear on this edge. I will be keeping this scrap because beautiful, it will be getting used. And then I'm going to also tear down this side a wee way, not the whole way, but just a wee bit off. And now I can stick this on here. Okay, do I want that one on the front or that one on the front? And how weird is it going to look? No, I think that's going to look fine if I line them up. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to glue this on. Bear with me. I am hoping that this looks good. We'll see. I'm hoping it looks good. So we're going to just go ahead and glue down this on the back of the vellum. In this little corner where we've got it torn. Now from here I can go ahead and tear the rest of it at the same sort of distance out as the rest of it is from the picture. I just wanted to get a good idea. See, this part needs a bit more work, but that's all right. We can always go back in. I'm just getting it roughly torn out for now, and then I can neaten it up. So we've got our vellum being used here. Just tear it down. This is probably not, you know, the best way of using it, and maybe I'll use more in a different way. We'll see. Just trying to come up with all the ways I can use them. These are great prompts and really beautiful items, so I'm excited to play with these. Okay, so that one, yep. Okay, so now we're going to put this in the middle over the back here. Have I got that in the middle? Close. So now they're on there like that. I might put a little eyelet, I'm thinking, in here and turn it into like another cute little tag thing that can get tucked in our little wee pocket. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's give this a go. Let's give it a go with the old crocodile. Like I said, don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what any of these things are. Don't know which ones go where. Don't know. Alrighty, so let's punch a little hole. I'm just concerned these are such tiny eyelets that is my little hole going to be too big? Also, what colour do I want? I'm thinking either the blue or the purple. Personally, I'm thinking blue. I don't know why, just am. I think it's just for this side is the side that will be going up, and there's this blue on the donuts that I'm noticing. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with the blue one. I'm just seeing if this hole is going to be... We're going to do it. It's a bit risky, but this is my smallest hole punch I've got, so it is what it is. Hopefully it's going to work. Oh, it looks alright. Yeah, no, that looks fine. Okay, beautiful. Let's pop this eyelet in if we can. I don't know what you're supposed to use on here. That one looks small, so we'll go with small because we've got a small little hole. I don't know which is right. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just making guesses. So I don't even know which side goes in the top and which side goes in the bottom. Let's see. This says base, and okay, so I think I've got this the right way around. And now let's just do our best. Did that work? Oh, that doesn't look great, but it worked. It definitely worked, but it kind of seems like it's bulged up in here a little bit. It's fine though. I'm not worried. We got it on there. We've got an eyelet for our prompt, so that is wonderful. I'm wondering if I can get any of that rickrack trim in there. I'm thinking it might be a little wide. It's quite a heavy trim to get through a very little hole. I don't know that that's quite going to work. Maybe we'll find something else to pop through there because that's quite big for such a teeny little hole. But that's all right. We've got our rickrack. We've got a little bit, you know, clipped on the side here, which is cute. So we've got a little bit on there. This one I love. I love this tab. I want to have that sort of hanging off the edge there, I think. So that gives me a little tab. Then we've got this photo of Belinda and I that I want to do something lovely with. So, okay, let's just mark this off what we've done. So we've done the eyelets and we've done vellum. So we need the cluster, and then will have achieved all the things I have to have on for the Clover prompt. So that's really good. So I know I want to put it up here. So we'll just go ahead and do it, I suppose. Now it's underneath things in the pile. My little double-sided tape here. I think that will hold it down really nicely because it is quite heavy. Just because there's a lot of pieces together. There's some quite thick pieces and it's all sewn together. So I just want to have a nice, you know, secure hold on that. I think that will work really, really well. So let's go ahead and pop it on. Come on, tape. There we go. Okay, so now I've got to line it up so that this part butts up against the edge of the paper is what I'm kind of wanting there. Just sort of, got a little wonky, but it's not terrible like that. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good. I can see the paper is lining up really well with that, so that's really nice. And then we've got this lovely photo, which I'm kind of considering popping right next to the cluster so that it's sort of, maybe not, maybe we'll give it its own little space maybe down underneath the cluster. I kind of like that. I kind of like this little bit that I haven't stuck down kind of overlapping onto the photo a little bit. So that looks good. And then I want this little, please call again, you're always welcome, little bit somewhere on here as well. Move that just out of the way. Let's just stick this on. Let's not be too fussy about it. We'll just stick it on. And then we can figure out what we want to do. I don't have to use the Matchbox thing. That was just something I had and I thought, oh, that's kind of fun. Maybe I could use it. But I do not have to. Okay, let's get that stuck down like this. I'm going to just trim this little foldy bottom part off because I don't need it and it's just sort of in the way. I need to find where I want that to fold because it was a little matchbook, is that what they were called? Thing. Yeah, okay. I like that. I kind of want to maybe run some washi on here, or do I want to put this right up in here as well maybe? Yeah, I think maybe I do want it up there as well. I'm not sure, but that's just feeling the best to me. This does look quite wonky, but I'm unsure if it's wonky or not. You could say. All right, I'm just going to go with it and stick it down. I'm going to staple it down. Just like that. So now I'm going to have these cute little tabs. Oh, this one actually doesn't stick out of the page, but this one does. I love them when they start sticking out. I just think that they look so good, having tabs sticking out everywhere. I do love this label too. Do I want to include the label as well? Or see if I've got space. We will see. I do know that I'm going to go ahead with my pen and I do this with most of my photos currently. I just go in and I kind of draw a messy sort of border around the edges of them. I don't know why, but that just seems to be my preference of thing to do at the moment with my photos. So I might go ahead and do it on these ones as well. Just add this kind of scribbly doodly border around them. I don't know why I love it. I just really have been enjoying having a little border on my pictures recently. Don't know that this one's going to show up as well, but it's fine. It shows up when we go down onto the lighter area. It's just around the top. It's already very dark, so hard to kind of see it, but that's fine. There we go. My doodly, scribbly borders. I also quite often will add a little loopy loop onto the borders. I'm trying to decide if I want to add a little border on her. I might do, just to keep it cohesive with the rest of the photos. My fountain pen is just giving me a little bit of grief again, which I'm a bit annoyed about because I thought that I'd got it all fixed. I didn't use it for like a year because it was just skipping so much. And then I kind of cleaned it all out and thought, okay, yeah, it's all working again now. That's awesome. And it's just started skipping again a bit. And I refilled it. Like, I thought, okay, I realized yesterday it was actually just about empty. And so I refilled it because it was skipping a lot and then stopped because it had run out. But it might actually be fine. It seems to be working all right now. I think sometimes when I go a bit too fast, maybe it skips. I don't really know much about fountain pens. I'm still very much a beginner with this fountain pen. This is the brand is Schiefer, I think. I don't know how you say it, but I think it's Schiefer. And my husband got it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and it's so lovely. It's really beautiful, and I'm definitely in the market to get some other ones. I really want to try out maybe like a Lamy or, I don't know, another fountain pen, just because I think they're lovely pens. I like that I can refill them. I like I can change out the ink color. I don't know, I just think that's really fun. I only have black ink, but I would like to get some different colors as well. I think that would be really fun. This one says friend, which is nice, but I think that it's not quite going to fit on the page. I'm looking at these little bits of the vellum and kind of thinking about maybe I could glue them on somewhere on the page, but it looks kind of cute down at the bottom actually. Let's just give it a go. Just throw a bit of glue stick on the back of them and see if I can make them stay down and look cute. And where would I put this one? I like it. Okay, I'm just going to tear it off a bit. I don't need it all. Just want a bit of it. stick it on. Oh, I got a little bit of fluff on the back there. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's stick it on. I like it on the white paper. I feel like it helps really show off the vellum. Like the colour of it. Okay, that was terrible. I think picking the fluff off, I ended up just picking all the glue off too. Alright, let's see. I'm going to need to pull this closer to me, guys, to really get this lined up nicely at the top. I don't know if this one's going to stick very well. It feels like it's not. I think we're going to try that entirely again. Entirely fresh gluing. Because the other one at the bottom worked so well, so I feel like it should be able to. If I just give it a wee minute with my fingers to hold it on, maybe that'll help. I think that's looking way better. Good. Oh, I like that. I think that looks nice, having these little bits of vellum added on. Do I want to add any more? Like, would it look cute if I added a wee bit more up over here somewhere? I think it would. Kind of wanting to add like a chunk up here and then maybe cut into the page shape so that it has a wee bit going out on that tab. I like this. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. It's a much bigger piece, so I don't know how well it will glue down. Vellum can be a little bit tricky sometimes, so we'll just try our best. See, it wants to curl up a lot when it's gluey, when it's, you know, kind of damp. But we'll see what we can do here. I can once again just sort of keep my fingers on it and hold it all down. Might be okay. Seems like it's going pretty well. Let's see if we can just trim out the extra bit in here. Now this is going to be a tricky little curve to try and cut around a wee bit in here. There we go. Beauty. Okay, I like that. Kind of wish I'd torn it maybe a little bit. See if I can still, or if it's just stuck. I kind of wish it was a little bit of a softer curve. I like that. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay guys, sorry I keep going silent. I'm really focusing on getting this vellum to stick down. Alright, this is looking pretty cute. So we've used some vellum. We've used a cluster. So cluster laminated. O was orange, V vellum, E was the eyelet, and then R was the rickrack. Okay, guys, we've done it. I think we've done that. We've got our elements on that we need for Clover, so that's really good. So now I just want to be able to add in some more of my own sort of stuff. Like I want a date number on here, so this was the first. So let me just jump in. Sorry about the reaching through. I'm just pulling out my date numbers for the first. So these are my 1s and 2s. They all get stuck together in the little packet. Which one do I think would look cute on here? That one's a maybe. That one's pretty cute, but I'm not sure. That one. That magazine image one that I could trim down better than that, but I don't know. This orange and green one. Little light blue one. Don't know. Little pumpkin. That's kind of cute. Might use the pumpkin actually because for lunch, for dinner, I made a great big roast and it was roast pumpkin and potatoes and kumara. Things like that. So maybe I could use this one to kind of brings in this orange again, and it's representative of what we ate. So I might add that. I'm kind of feeling like down here or here. I like it kind of coming around like this, I think. Now, glue book. Just trying to make sure I don't put it in a spot that's really sticky, which it looks like this whole page is pretty sticky. So it's probably just time to call it quits on that page. And let's go ahead and stick down our pumpkin. It's autumn, so you know, pumpkins are a nice little addition to my autumn journaling. Okay, that's looking pretty cute. Is there anything else I wanted to add? Let me just look at my notes from the day and see what else I can think of that could work here. Oh, that's right. Belinda was showing me how to draw the faces, and these were my attempts at it, but I was thinking of potentially adding these in too. So I'm thinking of just going ahead and trimming off these parts here and adding them in, but I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not sure that they're going to fit really nicely in here. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, maybe I'll glue them in the back of the book somewhere or up the front. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do with it, but there was that idea. So that was really fun. She gave me a little demo on how to draw her cute little girls. And we had the roast. I'm thinking about adding in maybe like a donut sticker or something somewhere, because we did eat some of the donuts that they gave us for dessert once they had left. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I've got these little stickers here, which are super cute, and they've got some little donuts on them. So I don't know exactly how I want to include it, but I kind of feel like I would like to sort of add some. Let's tuck it underneath. I'm liking the layering that's happening of things going underneath and on top. So let's just add like a few little donut stickers, and I'll trim that part off. I'm just sort of creating not that one, that one's too the same. Just sort of going to create a little donut border that comes down the edge here, which is a bit fun. And then I'll trim it off in a minute. Is there any other donutty ones? Where do I want to put that one? Do I want to pop it up in here maybe? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just adding a lot of donuts. A lot. Okay. I don't like that one there. But I didn't want these two both right next to each other like that either, but that's okay. It's a-okay. Alrighty, let's trim that off. Maybe I can use some of these. I can, I think. This little pink bit, I think would look good just down the bottom here. That was the part that I cut off of here. Can now be popped on the bottom there. And I actually didn't do a very good job of trimming that in line with the paper at all. There we go. That's better. It gives us my little donut border. I think that's cute. Symbolizing all the donuts. So sweet of them to bring us donuts. I'm liking how this is turning out. I think it's looking really cute. I actually think I'm going to need to add another wee staple down the bottom here, because I can see that they keep trying to squeeze down the bottom out the base there. So that's going to hold everything in a little bit better. I love this beautiful flower from her garden or from somewhere that she's picked and pressed and laminated. It's gorgeous. Okay, I am actually thinking, where did that orange crayon go? Here. I am actually thinking I want to add in a bit of a border around the edge here where there's no vellum. Just a bit of a scribbly orange crayon border, because I really love adding a border. I don't know that I've ever done it in crayon before, but it works. Just add, a little bit of orange colouring scribbled in here and there. I like it. Alrighty. little bit up here too. Guys, look, I could keep going forever and ever, couldn't I? Always I'm like, yeah, it's done. And then I'm like, nope, I've got to keep playing with it. So, there we go. We've got our little bit of orange crayon, I think looks cute added in on here too. It's just sort of like a little border. I think that is looking pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the writing off camera. And then I will turn it back on and I will show you the finished look and share anything that I've potentially added if I've come across something that I felt like I needed. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I am back. Here is the final spread. Look how cute it is. I love it. I've got all my writing going down here and then across over to here. I think it looks so cute. The only thing I think that I added was I ended up managing to squeeze some of that rickrack through this little piece here, which is cute. This is a very chunky knot though, so I can tell you I'm going to need to take it out if I want to write on the next page because it is a great big chunky knot. But once we get a wee way through the book, it'll probably be fine. But for the first few pages, I'm probably going to need to take this out to write on. But that's okay. I am loving it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process of it. I super enjoyed it. I just love this little piece in here too. I think it's so cute adding this little like kind of, I don't know, window piece. I don't know. It's just really fun. I love this laminated flower. I love this beautiful orange rose peeking through. I really love the colors on this page. I've definitely been really feeling drawn to adding a lot more like browns and oranges and golds and things because it's autumn here. So this is just exactly the color palette kind of I feel like I'm going to be going for throughout this journal. Can't wait. So thank you guys so much for watching and I cannot wait to see you again very soon in my next video. Bye friends.